Despite closing out the Game Awards and supposedly launching in just about 2 weeks, there's almost no hype behind Highguard, the new hero shooter from Wildlight Entertainment. Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to ask if yet another hero shooter has flopped before it even released.
Scary question to hear, and gosh, the way things are going these days, it seems like if you even have to ask, the answer is already yes. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that from a game that hasn't even launched yet. You'd like them to have a fighting chance, right? Also, I came up with this before we recorded, but Highguard, more like high fade. Ha!
Right, because of the haircut?
Sorry, I see my hairstyle in a game and I have to razz on it a little bit.
I mean, the high fade's been a pretty stylish haircut for like, what, 70 years or something?
Not until I wore it, Bruce. I'm making it real. And all these video game copycats are just taking my style.
Understood, Lawrence. I understand. Forbes' Paul Tassi pointed out a handful of red flags concerning Highguard in an article yesterday. First of which is the game's complete lack of a promotional campaign.
Yeah, unless you count the trailer itself, which is probably the biggest promotional spot you can buy. But yeah, there's been no follow-up materials posted about the game at all on any of its channels.
So the game's website features the trailer, which we all have seen, a countdown to launch, and a handful of social links.
Yeah, but those are likewise deserted. Their official YouTube channel has just one video, and that's the trailer that debuted at the end of the Game Awards.
That's basically all their official X account offers too. There's only 3 posts that all dated December 11th, the night of their announcement at the Game Awards.
Yeah, and they don't really say much about the game. There's like a mini poem in there somewhere. I guess it's cool, but on the game's website itself, links to any PlayStation or Xbox presence are grayed out, so those pages, I guess, don't exist yet. And their Steam page offers a scant 2-sentence description of the game.
I'll read that because it's very hard to understand. From the creators of Apex Legends and Titanfall comes Highguard, a PvP raid shooter where players will ride, fight, and raid as wardens, arcane gunslingers sent to fight for control of a mythical continent. PvP raid shooter is the only thing we've got there.
Yeah, that describes the game. Not a great illusion to make, but I'm reminded of Randy Pitchford's immortal words. Battleborn is FPS, hobby-grade co-op campaign, genre-blended, multi-mode, competitive esports, meta-growth choice, plus epic Battleborn heroes!
Oh my god, Highguard definitely has the advantage there. They only said PvP raid. Pitchford said a bunch of bullshit.
It's fitting because I just installed Duke Nukem Forever. Thank you, Randy.
Man, oh man, what a genius. This is very unusual for a free-to-play game, Highguard, that's launching in 2 weeks.
Yes, yeah, given how competitive the free-to-play market is, or just video game market in general, you'd expect more marketing materials trickling along, trying to carry what momentum they may have had after their Game Awards announcement, but keep people invested, keep them excited, keep them wish listing, registering, all that stuff, but nothing.
I have bad news, Lawrence. They don't have any momentum.
Yeah.
There was the debut trailer, but that did not go over well. So Paul Tassi writes that almost every upload of the reveal trailer has a 1 to 10 negative like-dislike ratio.
Eesh. Yeah, the comments are accordingly savage. The 8626 comments, quote, ChatGPT generate a hero shooter with fantasy elements.
Patricio Felipe 4376 writes, quote, Sir, a second Concorde has hit the market.
Yeah, that gets to the core of the issue, right? Is this game dead on arrival before it even arrives? The negative initial reaction paired with the perceived radio silence since then has a lot of people justifiably wondering if this game will be delayed. Basically how Bungie pushed back Marathon after its very underwhelming debut. So this is an interesting case because it's scary, given the rug pulls we've seen in games lately. I don't know, Bruce. Game Awards airtime is not cheap, so maybe they just put all their eggs in that basket. Just announce it then, get the most eyeballs on it we possibly can, and then just lay low until we launch the game, and then hopefully it speaks for itself.
I think that's you nailed it, because admittedly, you and I were very drunk at the end of the Game Awards.
Yeah.
We were very excited about Half-Life 3, even though there was never going to be a Half-Life 3. And I mean, again, that was the rumor, right? Everyone was like, Half-Life 3 at the end of the Game Awards is going to happen. And instead, this is what we got. Now, and so everyone's disappointed by that, drunk or not. And the comments are right. It really does look like just somebody was like, hero shooter, fantasy, here you go. We don't know that. We haven't played the game, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I'd like to believe. I'd like to. Although, yes, it's hard to get through that trailer and not think over and over again, wow, I've seen this before. And it didn't necessarily turn out well when I saw it the first time. So I'm, just for the sake of everyone involved, I'm hoping there's some secret sauce there. That said, in terms of budgeting and strategy, I have worked in this field somewhat directly, and certainly my partner does. It's really not that expensive to make some social assets to fit some kind of marketing campaign. One full-time employee, a couple of contractors generating trailers or assets or clips. You can have something to post, and it doesn't cost that much. But yeah, maybe they're just trying out a different strategy. And since Apex Legends was mentioned in reference to the developers who are working on this game, Apex Legends and Titanfall, maybe they're doing something Apex-y. I know you kind of mentioned this. You can't really shadow drop it because they already announced it. So they do have a marketing campaign. It's just, maybe it was just one big spend. Maybe the opportunity was there. Maybe some of the developers are friends with Jeff Keighley, so he cut them a deal. I don't know. But that's the next best thing to hope for, I think, that they're saving up everything for launch, and that's when it's going to be like the dam just bursts.
Yeah, you're totally right. They really should not have ever even aired this trailer. If they were going to run the Apex Legends way, which I think they would, because I was looking at their team, and almost every one of their team at Wildlife that's working on this game worked on Apex. So I'm sure they're all thinking the same thing. Oh, Apex was a shadow drop. We paid a bunch of influencers, streamers, YouTubers to play the game at launch, and it spoke for itself. So, and we had it was a huge success, and Apex is still going today. So that's probably what they were thinking. Why they released the trailer at the Game Awards at the end, I don't know. This, like you said, maybe your theory might be the best. One of them was like, we're friends with Keighley. Maybe Keighley will only make us pay $1 million for the 2-minute trailer. Let's just do that, and it'll be the final thing at the Game Awards. But boy, oh boy, they're not doing themselves any favors with this. This was like maybe the worst possible way to reveal this game.
Yeah. I can see a world where they're very. I looked on LinkedIn. I think they said they have between 50 and 200 employees. Pretty mid-size, I guess. But if they're going to launch a games of service, they're going to want to staff up real quick, I think. But if they're keeping their staff really lean, they're like their full-time employees lean. That is a low overhead way to spend a lot of marketing money. And maybe that's what it is. They don't have a lot of headcount, but they got a lot of investment money. So they can contract out a trailer, just feed a third-party editing production studio, a bunch of gameplay assets, some VO clips, like make us a humdinger trailer that hits these notes and shows these gameplay elements. We can buy the ad space, but we don't need somebody like running a massive social strategy. We don't need 2 or 3 employees constantly recording things and interviewing developers and trying to cut together dev diaries and all this stuff. So yeah, maybe they're just being super surgical and tactical about it. But again, it doesn't feel like that's the right move given how many more games there are now than even when Apex launched. It feels like it's just a different environment now. And this is where my head goes now is can we think of a success story for a game like Highguard? I mean, certainly you could fill a book with all the hero shooters and MOBAs that have come and gone over the years. But I want to think, Apex is probably the closest one, and that seems like it's the success they're trying to repeat.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, man, like you said, the failure that you wrote in the script, there's just 1,000 failures. I mean, right off the top of your head, Concord, Gigantic, Battleborn, Paragon, Bleeding Edge, Battle Right. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of Battle Right. So
I looked up a list, and then I compared that to Steam charts. Battle Right had 15 players.
Well, this is. They really are. I just want to say they've put all their eggs in the Apex basket, and I think that they think that that's what this is going to be. And I will say, maybe that's a good thing because the developers are so confident in what they've made that they're like, well, we put it out there. It's free to play. People will enjoy it. They'll have a blast.
Yeah, it's theoretically the best possible way to do it. Is just letting the game speak for itself. And if the game is free to play, that's probably the best. If everyone can just download it and try it, and if they have confidence that the game is that sticky. In service of being positive, we always look on the sunny side here. Let's try to say something nice about Highguard. I thought the exploding walls were kind of neat. It's kind of got some deformable buildings and stuff. Cool. Okay.
I'll say something nice. I saw that there was a sexy lady character that you could play as, and I said, "Hey, we're back. We're allowed to be horny again because of the sexy lady who I think she pulls the sword out." And she
from where, Bruce?
It was from the Sword of the Stone.
Oh, that lady. That's right.
And then she has a crop top and she looks great. So I was like, they're cool, great. I'm in.
The babes are back in Highguard. Great. Well, hey, yeah, you need a little. Oh, that's true. Marvel Rivals got that donk, and people are still enjoying
Absolutely,
it. So
yeah.
there is success out there. We'll see if there's enough to go around for Highguard. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching Inside Games. We'll see you in Highguard matchmaking. Please take it easy on us. We'd like to shout out some viewers that somehow tore themselves away from chain watching the Highguard trailer to support us via Patreon. So thank you very much, Aristotle Cabot Boris, Nick Calderon, Brown Sugar, Tyler King, and Overly Sarcastic Productions for helping us get that double kill bot lane while our braless wife brings us not asked for sandwiches with chips. Yes!
Truly a gamer's dream.